Greetings, family. Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbee. If you are new to this channel or podcast, then please subscribe and share our content with your friends. This will help grow our audience. I provide a written transcript in the group with the same name on Facebook for those of you who don't speak English. I also cite all of my sources under Show and Prove section. You can find all of my work under the About section on my YouTube channel, and then scroll down to Medium. I use this platform to interact with everyone on my friends list and everyone in my social groups by giving Black business owners free airtime to promote their products and services. I give people in the faith community an opportunity to share the gospel of Jesus Christ, and ordinary law-abiding citizens an opportunity to share their special talents and skills to my listeners from the podcast community. After the show, I offer my guest speakers an incentive by teaching them how to create their own podcast and YouTube channel to help them earn extra revenue during COVID-19. I also assist people on my friends list with creating basic websites, finding college scholarships and grants, housing, and legal services, all for free. Our goal this year is to raise $500,000 for our film projects. Hood Liberator Made in Chicago, the war against Willie Lynch begins. First, I would like to thank those of you who have donated to our film project. I encourage people from my friends list and people in my social groups who want to be a part of our film project to please send me your email address to my Facebook inbox. We will hold a private conference through Google Meetings to discuss the best methods of reaching others via social media, people from their friends list, donors, and local businesses. GRCAM Chicago, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago, mission is to help eradicate urban violence in Chicago through our programs and services. Our objective is to build a bridge between the diaspora and continental Africans through art, culture, and commerce. GRCAM Chicago will be in the business of creating docudramas, short films, theater, photography, fine arts, music, poetry, literature, sculpture, dance, and spiritual development for inner city youth and their families. Once this virus is cleaned up, we plan on launching African tours in order for us to move from behind the computer and make real connections with our global Black family on the continent, starting in South Africa. I created GRCAM, the Grassroots Community Activist Movement, because I got tired of all of the division among Black people. I created GRCAM in 1991 on a site called Gopher. I wanted to create an organization that focused specifically on solving Black issues in America. I wanted to connect with other like-minded African Americans, Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Caribbeans, Afro-Europeans, African immigrants, and Afro-Latinos throughout the diaspora. This is a podcast where we talk about solving Black issues / African issues using a spiritual perspective as it pertains to the great awakening of our people that has been prophesied. Our objective is to get our film project fully funded and play it by ear during COVID-19. Once this virus is cleaned up, then we will shoot our film and promote our film in selected movie theaters and sell our DVDs. Together, we will put GRCAM on the map and turn my vision for Black America into reality. In 2021 and beyond, the Grassroots Community Activist Movement will be promoting a policy of global Black unity, ownership, and community support. Our objective is to be in a place where we own everything we consume and we support one another. we're reaching out to our group members and listeners and would like to encourage them to support our film project in 3 ways. Through our virtual store, GRCAM merchandise such as COVID masks, coffee mugs, posters, handbags, and t-shirts. All proceeds will go towards our film project. 2, through our nonprofit organization, GRCAI of Chicago. PayPal page. Donations can be used as a tax write-off because this is a legitimate 501c3. All donations are tax deductible to the fullest extent of the law. 3, you can support us by purchasing my revised book on my Amazon author page. Keep in mind, community support is where we have to go, and please understand, when you're supporting our YouTube channel or our podcast, you're supporting an independent black network which will eventually employ black people in our films, stage plays, and in our actual business. I need African entrepreneurs, especially in South Africa, to come on the show and promote your businesses and ministries to the diaspora and vice versa. This is the weekend edition of the show. Today's topic: GRCAM will take the lead in reclaiming, rebuilding, and restoring urban America and understanding this Afghan issue and how it relates to us. Before I go into my presentation, I need to say a brief prayer. Heavenly Father, touch the hearts and minds of every person who is listening to this video podcast. Prove to my enemies that you have called me to do this great work that is badly needed in our inner cities in America, Africa, the Caribbean, and Brazil. In Jesus, Yahshua's name. I encourage all of my Christian friends from around the globe to please support our film project and add my name to your prayer list. Ask the Holy Spirit to connect me with other like-minded black people and others who have the means and the skills to get our film project fully funded and made in Jesus, Yahshua's name. I encourage all of my Christian group members in Light of the World Inspirational Group and Christian Spoken Word Network to please step up. Don't just post your videos in the group. I need for you all to participate on this show, either by calling in through Facebook Messenger, or if you are unable to participate, then watch my video podcast. Leave a public comment on my Facebook page about the topic. Most of all, please share my video podcast with your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. If you can, please purchase my ebook on Amazon and help me get it on the bestsellers list so that people will take our cause serious. The proceeds from the book will go towards our film project, which will be a win-win situation. A win-win because the book will be on the bestsellers list, and people, would eventually, start reading my story. And also, it will be a win-win situation because it'll be the proceeds will be going towards the film project itself. I encourage people in my secular group, GRCAI of Chicago, GRCAI of Africa, and the New Black Voices of Media, to participate on this show as well. If you can, please purchase my ebook on Amazon and help get my book on the bestsellers list so that people will take our cause serious. The proceeds from the book will go towards our film project, which will be a win-win situation. The only thing which is preventing me from turning my virtual Christian Socialist Organization, GRCAM, which is the Grassroots Community Activist Movement, into a real black Christian business, GRCAI of Chicago, is the lack of manpower and the capital. This is why I turned to social media to get my message out to the public through my YouTube videos, my social groups, my blog postings, my online talk show, my virtual store, my revised book, and now through my future urban Christian film, Hood Liberator, Made in Chicago, The War Against Willie Lynch Begins. This is my last attempt to try to do something positive for my racial group in America. The proceeds from the film will put me in a better position financially so that I can hire qualified black middle class professionals, buy office equipment, and purchase property on the west side and south side of Chicago, as well as in parts of Africa and the Caribbean. GRCAM of Chicago will become a tourist attraction and help revitalize the black community and black businesses that's already there. Let's make history. Let's take control of our own community by supporting this black empowerment film. Without support from the black grassroots and the global black family, then I'm unable to do my job. All I can do at this point is pray and watch our children die in the streets. I want to do more than just pray about it. I want to solve black issues in America through our Christian business, if given the chance. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago will raise the bar in black America. We will have a zero tolerance for foolishness. Our motto is intelligence over ignorance. At this time, I am the business. I am the Grassroots Community Activist Movement. And all of my members who are part of this new movement are the cells. You are either a healthy cell or a cancer cell. We fight against cancer cells, which will harm our organization. We at the Grassroots will change Black America, Africa, and the Caribbean, as well as Brazil, as we know it. This is something we're doing together on a grassroots level. This campaign will get us in the habit of funding our own projects and building up our economic base without begging the financial elites. Even if you are unable to participate on this show, no worries. When you have a moment, please watch my latest video podcast, leave a public comment on my Facebook page about the topic, and please share my information with your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. We're going to start getting things done. We need to own and control institutions in our neighborhood. Our first topic. GRCAM will take the lead in reclaiming, rebuilding, and restoring urban America. This message is directed to all black people worldwide. GRCAM is here to help solve our social issues on a domestic front within the United States of America and on an international front from Africa to the Caribbean and Brazil in the 21st century. It begins with getting our film project fully funded and made. If you notice, black people all over the world, you see every other non-black group is working towards obtaining power through political positions and resources for their group. In the black community, we are fine with being on the bottom. We're not strategizing on fighting against white supremacy. If Black America wants to remain oppressed and subjugated, then Black America will continue to be treated as third and fourth class citizens within the United States of America, as well as in European countries. As I have mentioned in my revised book, the reason why we are in this predicament is because we don't want to clean house. Meaning we don't want to create a universal code of conduct for black people living among us. We don't want to unify with other like-minded black people and others. The scriptures teach that if you come together as one, then there's nothing you can do. Take a realistic look at our group as a collective. We are all collectively at the bottom. When you understand God and who He is, you then understand being oppressed and subjugated is not what God wants for His people. You're not walking with God when you give excuses for the degradation within our community. I would never accept hardened criminals, rapists, urban terrorists, which are the Pookie and Ray Rays, in this organization. Through this film, I want to reach the global black family and let them see what we are trying to do to fix our issues on a domestic front. I want to bring my talents and skills on the continent, but right now, I'm here in America, so I gotta get this organization started here first. That's why I'm reaching out to the global black family. The more support you guys support us, with this film project, that will help get the ball rolling, and that will help us jumpstart our organization here in Chicago, so that way we could start launching our African tours. The sooner I'm able to establish this organization, the sooner we can expand to Africa and the Caribbean. I don't care if y'all don't like me. Those people have no problem destroying black life. They are also in cahoots with white supremacists. Twisted brothers and sisters would say that I am being off cold. Don't speak out against Man, who is terrorizing our children and elderly in our community. Just keep that on the hush-hush. Those who are not part of this organization, if they want to be annihilated, so be it. All we can do at this point is pray for them and show them tough love and keep it moving. I'm not on a quest to fix a 30-year-old that decided to mess up his or her life by choice. I wrote in my revised book that a lot is going to happen in Black America this decade. We got to stop feeling sorry for those in our community who don't want to do right. We must separate ourselves from them in a hurry. I believe that we need to unify as a global black community. This is the main reason why I created GRCAM. As long as we remain divided, we're going to remain at the bottom. Some of you are cool with being on the bottom because of your religion. The white supremacists gave a twisted version of the Bible and told our sisters that Jesus was poor and that they should want to live a humble life too. That was a trick from the enemy. There's no honor being broke down and out. Those among us who are filled with Willie Lynch get offended when we start talking about black entrepreneurship, owning and controlling our own institutions. How are you supposed to help black people if you don't have any resources? This is why I'm trying my best to create GRCAM Chicago. We as black people with college degrees should be the ones creating jobs and having entrepreneurship so that we can provide jobs for local residents within the black community. What GRCAM is calling for in our inner cities in America is for us to encourage the Nigerian community, the Ethiopian community, the Jamaican community, etc., to partner with us, starting in Chicago. In America, this government owes reparation to descendants of American slaves. We're looking ridiculous to other groups because we're constantly fighting each other, and collectively we're still in the same boat. We're fighting over culture. For example, I ran across an article from the BBC News which talked about how Michael B. Jordan wanted to name his drink Juvie Rum, but after backlash from the Caribbean community, he retracted his statement. Yet the Chinese in Trinidad are buying up real estate left and right while mistreating the locals in their homeland. The Caribbean community have all the smoke towards Michael B. Jordan about calling his drink a Caribbean name. This is the stupidity black people have in the global black community. We do better together. The first line of business is for us to unify and identify everyone who don't want to unify so that we can excommunicate with them. Warning to black immigrants. who come to America on a anti-unification. We will not fool with them. Black Americans set the agenda and run the yard over here. Secondly, we must check these black politicians who are out of pocket or out of touch with the black grassroots and the black community. In this day and age, we don't need to support people who look like us that want to undermine us, which is the enemy within. The majority of the problems in the global black community is caused by white supremacists. Let us know your thoughts about this topic under the comment section, and also post your comments on my Facebook page. If you would like to come on the show to discuss this topic, just send me a message to my Facebook inbox and we will take it from there. I'll make sure that I get you on the show. Because again, I am trying to be mindful that some people now have to go. School is opening up and things like that, so I'm just trying to be mindful. That's why I'm trying to now focus on doing the show on the weekends, so that way those that want to participate on this show can do so. And also, I'm willing to work around your schedule if possible. But the main thing is that I want to interact with people that's on my friends list, that people that's serious about working with me and Sister Renee, so that way we can get this ball rolling. I don't want to be doing this another 5 to 6 years from now. Our second topic, understanding this Afghan issue and how it relates to us. The war in Afghanistan cost America $300 million per day for 20 years, with big bills yet to come, according to Forbes. The United States of America likes to send its citizens off to war to fight for the interests of the financial elites. America decided under the leadership of Joe Biden administration to pull out of Afghanistan after 20 years. I believe America should have left after they killed Osama bin Laden. The United States of America cannot continue going around the world trying to impose its form of democracy. People live the way they live for their culture. The reason why America keeps having issues with that is because that's their culture, not ours. America spent all of that money over there for 20 years, which totaled $2 trillion. And for what? The financial elites don't spend that kind of money on social programs for the poor in America. I want y'all to understand when I tell you that the financial elites hate black people with a passion. When we talk about reparations, the American government says it's too expensive. I notice more and more black people are starting to wake up after this last election in 2020. The Biden administration has signed executive orders for the LGBT community, illegal immigrants, a hate crime bill for Asian community, but nothing specifically for black Americans. These career politicians are spending millions of dollars in foreign countries instead of correcting their wrongs they committed on this soil. Before my critics say a word, we know that it was not just black soldiers in Afghanistan, but on this podcast we focus on black people, and we focus on solving black issues. Let's examine this Afghan story. America had trained 300 Afghan armies. America had installed a puppet president trying to impose an American-style democracy and colonize someone else's land. It took the Taliban 20 years, but they outlast the U.S. military and the U.S. government administrations. Once America decided to withdraw its troops from Afghanistan, that's when the Taliban swept through Afghanistan in less than a month. This was a total failure, just like Vietnam. Now the Taliban is back in power, and the first order of business is to go around and find collaborators. I found an article from CNN entitled "The Taliban Hunt for the Former Regime Partners and Allies is Intensifying," unquote. The article says, quote, "The Taliban are intensifying the hunt down of all individuals and collaborators with the former regimes," unquote, according to a threat assessment report prepared for the UN by a Norwegian organization. The Norwegian Organization for the Global Analysis report, quote, "If unsuccessfully, they target and arrest the families and punish them according to their own interpretation of Sharia law. Particularly at risk are individuals in central position in military, police, and investigative units." Unquote. CNN has obtained a copy of a brief report which details mounting concerns for the former regime's partners. It said, quote, "There are multiple reports that the Taliban have been and are extending lists of individuals, phone numbers, and family members of individuals believed to have been collaborating with Allied forces." Unquote. It adds, "They are conducting targeted door-to-door visits of individuals or family members on lists to arrest targets." The report also includes a document that appears to be written by the Taliban's military commission to a senior security official in the former government who it said had excellent relations with the Americans and the British. Unquote. The alleged Taliban document said the senior security official in the former government must report to the Taliban's military commission. Failure to do so would mean that, quote, "your family members will be arrested instead and you are responsible for this," unquote. CNN has been unable to independently establish the extent of the Taliban search for members of the former government security services, nor how many may have been arrested. Quite the difference between the Islamic world and black society. Truth be told, this is exactly how you clean house when you are looking to establish a nation. When you look at a nation building, you don't leave foreign influence in place. Individuals who have already demonstrated that they are against the people's needs need to go. Individuals who have openly taken up arms to undermine and destabilize you, then they got to go. We were involved in the greatest atrocity in human history, and that was, American slavery. Many Americans are concerned about where are all these Afghans are going to be placed. The preferential race-based immigration policies that this country has always been in place. American immigration quotas ban black immigrants from coming here to prevent the increase of our numbers. For example, black immigrants from Haiti, when they leave the island, if they catch them, at sea, or once they hit the Florida, they send them right back. Anyway, our black tax dollars are being used to benefit everybody else except us. We as black people need to stay on code and stop caping for other groups. we need to concentrate on our Black First agenda. Let us know your thoughts about this topic under the comment section, and also post your comments on my Facebook page. If you would like to come on the show to discuss this topic, just send me a message to my Facebook inbox and we will take it from there. Again, I would like to thank you all for listening to this show. Again, I'm doing this show on the weekends because, I know that, people have families, people are going to school, and so I'm just trying to be mindful. But I do want to encourage everyone that's on my friends list, everyone that's in my social groups, to please work with me and Sister Renee. Help me get this message out. Help put me on blast and help this video podcast go viral. And again, I encourage those of you who can, please help get this film project help it get fully funded, so that way we can make a quality film. Again, I want to do more than just talk about the issues. My Creator gave me a positive plan. All we have to do as Black people, we have to put that plan, turn the plan into turn it into a reality. And I'm not reaching out to those that's in the pocket of the financial elites. I'm reaching out to the soil, ordinary law-abiding citizens. That's who I'm trying to connect with. Brave and smart Black people, African people, and others. This is the hardest thing that I have ever done in my lifetime. But it is what it is. Who else is going to do this? So I'm putting my reputation on the line. The film project is just the beginning, but that's going to at least help get our story out there, so that way we, from the grassroots community activist movement, we can move a step further, closer to turning this vision into a reality. Lord knows that once I start making money, everybody's going to come out the woodwork then. Mark my words. But again, this 29 years of being overlooked and being rejected for trying to do something positive in the Black community, this is just ridiculous. And I swear that once we get this organization up and running in Chicago, I will declare war on this Willie Lynch mentality within this business, or through the business, and we want to replicate that when we expand to Africa and in the Caribbean. I don't operate like the next man. I have my own style. I'm not trying to be like someone else. That's how come a lot of people, they want to fight me tooth and nail. But again, I understand. This is spiritual warfare at its best. My Creator, Jesus / Yahshua, has called me to do this. And He will bless me with the resources. I just hope that it's within my lifetime. That's what I hope. I hope that I can get this film project fully funded, and hopefully start working on the film once we're able to get this. Once I'm able to raise that $500,000. Again, I don't know how long this is going to take. This is up to the Black grassroots and the global Black family. The ball is in their court. I've done all that I can do. I've been on Facebook for 17 years. And I have a track record. Not only is my credibility is my book, when I documented stuff that I used to do, in the community, but also this show is my credibility. I'm trying to do something. Not just sitting up here complaining about the issues. Not sitting up here complaining about the white man and the government. I'm reaching out to the soil. That's why I created the groups in the first place. So that way we can network with one another and we can get this thing popping. But again, like I say, all I can do, I'm going to continue to keep praying that God would touch the hearts and minds of my group members, because everything falls on them. Because ain't nothing more I can do. Just one black man with a vision and a plan. It takes a team to make a dream work. This is not for me. This is for your kids, and because I don't have any children. This is all I'm trying to do is give back to the community that I came from. My Creator blessed me to make it out of the inner cities. I have compassion about our youth that's being slaughtered. That's why I call the show Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos. I want to start it here in my own city first, where I live, before I cut and run to Africa. And I hope that we can expand it to at least 5 other cities. I'm just being realistic. In the book I said 25, but I didn't know I was going to get this much pushback from Black America. But, this is the day and age, how it is. It says, in the book of Timothy, 2 Timothy, about people are going to be, in the last days, lovers of self. And for me, that's being narcissists. And again, as far as I'm concerned, on the spiritual level, I think that God has, hardened Black America's heart to reject this vision and plan that He's given me, so that way He can get the credit and glory when He opened up the doors for me to get this organization up and running in those high crime, gang, and drug infested communities. But nevertheless, we're going to conclude this show for this for today, and look forward to hearing from you all out there soon. Peace and blessings.